Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
Thank you for watching to this presentation. I'm glad to see you all. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dian Cahyani. I'm here as the moderator, and the first presentation start from me. Okay, guys. In this presentation, we will discuss about mononitrotoluene. Okay, please. Okay. Mononitrotoluene. Next. First, mononitrotoluene is aromatic compounds. Mononitrotoluene can be used in intermediate synthetic products such as dye production, polyethylene foam production, nitrobenzoic acid, impulsive industry, and other industrial application. Next, mononitrotoluene was chosen by the nitration process with mixed acid with a continuous process. Mixed acid is nitric acid and sulfur acid. Condition operation is 50 Celsius, pressure is 1 atm, and time to have a reaction 30 minutes. We use continuous flow stir tank reactor. Next. We can use raw material is toluene, nitric acid, sulfur acid, and water. And we can use an instrument as mixer, QSTR, decanter, and distillation tower. Okay, next. Okay, this is flow diagram. Next. Nitric acid and sulfuric acid are flowed into the mixer for mixing with water. After that, stream into the QSTR. Next. Flow toluene into QSTR and mix acid. Maintain operating condition 50 Celsius and pressure 1 atm. Flow into the decanter for dispersion step. To obtain pure mononitrotoluene products, a distillation tower device is used so that the result obtained have a yield of 98%. Okay, thank you guys. Maybe any question for my presentation?
Okay, I want to ask. Okay, I want to ask, what is the purity of the MNT produced and why separated by the counter?
Okay, Miss Wida, thank you for your question, and I want to answer your question. The resulting purity is 98 until 99%, and the spiriting is based on the decanter to spirit based on of density. Okay, thank you, Miss Winda. And any question, guys?
Yes, I want to ask you about this material. Is there a mononitrotoluene plant already established?
Okay, Miss Anggi, thank you for your question. And I want to answer your question. Available factors are at United States with a capacity of 26 tons per year, and Germany with a capacity of 10 until 50 tons per year. Okay, thank you, Miss Anggi. Any question, guys?
Yes, I am a question. As
Okay.
mononitrotoluene is widely used as a standard card.
Okay, thank you, Miss. I want to answer your question. Mononitrotoluene is widely used as raw material for trinitrotoluene, and some of it is widely used in textile fabrics. Okay, of three question. Are you understand? Okay, maybe another question again. And this presentation next to Miss Winda. Are you ready to presentation?
Yes, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity that has been given to me. Introduce my name, Winda Makfira, my student number 1,700,020,069, class B. Here, I want to present my text, namely hand sanitizer making. Okay. Okay, the material that I will discuss is the first, understanding hand sanitizer, the second, type of hand sanitizer, the third, tools and material, and the fourth, ways of making. The first point is understanding hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is a hand sanitizer that has antibacterial ability to inhibit and kill bacteria. Okay, the next is type of hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer gel is a hand sanitizer in the form of a gel that is useful for cleaning or removing germs on the hands, contains 60% alcohol as active ingredients. Hand sanitizer spray is a hand sanitizer in the form of a spray to clean or remove germs on the hands which contains the active ingredient irrigation DP 300 together with 0.1% and 60% alcohol. Okay, the next is making of hand sanitizer spray. Will the results 500 milli hand sanitizer. Okay, as for things that need to be prepared including tool. Among them, 1 measuring cup 1000 milli, beaker glass, stirrer, 50 milli spray bottle. The next ingredients, among them, 1 alcohol 96.6%, 365 milli, 2 glycerin 7.0 milli, 3 perfume 10 milli, and 4 aquades 170.5 milli. Next. Yeah, the next is ways of making. The one, prepare tools and materials. Two, prepare a 1000 milli measuring cup, then measure the 165 milli of alcohol, 7.5 milli of glycerin, 8 milli of perfume, and 117.5 milli of distilled water. 3. Prepare a beaker glass, and then add the measured glycerin and alcohol and stir until homogeneous with a stirrer. 4. Add as much as 8 milli of perfume, then gojok until homogeneous. Then add 117.5 milli of distilled water, stirring until homogeneous with a stirrer. And the next, pack the ready-to-use hand sanitizer into a 50 milli spray bottle. Next. Okay, thank you for your attention. I will return it to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Miss Winda. Maybe any question for Miss Winda?
Yes, I want any question. What difference between a hand sanitizer gel and a hand sanitizer spray?
Okay. I want to answer a question from Miss Nabila. Thank you for the question beforehand. Earlier, the question was, um, What's difference between a hand sanitizer gel and a hand sanitizer spray? My answer is, in fact, in the difference between the two is only in the tools and ingredients because this hand sanitizer gel use aloe vera as the gel and alcohol edge for the liquid, but the function between the two hand sanitizer is the same. There is no difference. It's just difference in the texture. Can it be understood, Miss Nabila?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next question.
Yes, I ask. Oh, does the hand sanitizer manufacturer often fail?
Yeah, okay. I want to answer a question from Miss Felba. Thank you for the question beforehand. Earlier, the question was, does the hand sanitizer manufacturer often fail? My answer is, for the process of making this hand sanitizer spray, there is little chance of failure. It's just that the thing that needs to be considered in the manufacturing process is when mixing some of the ingredients and the comparison must be right. Because if between the two is wrong, then the function of hand sanitizer may not function properly or it should. Can it be understood, Miss Felba?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, last question, and I will try to uh, question for you, Miss Winda.
Yeah.
What difference between a hand sanitizer gel and a hand sanitizer spray?
Okay. I want to answer a question from Miss Dia. Thank you for the question beforehand. Earlier, the question was, why only make hand sanitizer spray? Why not make gel too? My answer is because the ingredients used in the process of making this hand sanitizer spray are cheap and easy or rarely obtained. Can it be understood, Miss Dia?
Okay, thank you, Miss Winda.
Okay, that was my presentation today. Thank you for your attention, more or less. Please forgive me. I will return it to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Miss Winda, for your presentation. And next presentation, Miss Anggi. Are you ready for presentation, Miss Anggi? Okay.
Yes, I'm ready. Well, for the first, let me introduce myself. My name is Sylvia Gidayanti. So in here, I will present the material about disinfectant. And the agenda for this presentation today is the first, definition of disinfectant, and the second is types of disinfectant, and the third is determinants of disinfectant effectiveness, and the fourth is disinfectant mechanism of action, and the last one is how to make 1 liter of disinfectant. Do you know what is disinfectant? Well, disinfectant are cleaning fluids which are generally made from hydrogen peroxide, creosote, or alcohol, which aims to kill bacteria, virus, germs, and other harmful microorganisms found in rooms or surface of inanimate objects. And then the next is types of disinfectant. Number one is air disinfectant, usually in the form of a chemical substance capable of sterilizing microorganisms suspended in the air. And number two is alcohol. Alcohol is a disinfectant that is widely used for medical equipment, for example, oral thermometers. And then number three is aldehyde. Aldehydes are sporicidal and fungicidal, partially inactivated by organic matter and has little residual activity. And the fourth is chlorine. The advantage of this type of disinfectant are that it's easy to use and the types of microorganisms that are killed are also quite wide, such as gram-positive bacteria and gram-negative bacteria. And then number five is iodine. Iodine is an effective disinfectant for small-scale water disinfecting process. And the last is phenol. Phenol is a strong antibacterial agent in a concentration of 1 to 2% in water. And then there are determinants of disinfectant effectiveness. The first is microbial factors, types of pathogenic microbes. Some pathogenic microbes have better resistance than others. For example, tuberculosis is relatively more resistant than other vegetative microbes. And then number of pathogenic microbes. The more pathogenic microbes there are, the heavier the disinfectant workload will be. And the number 2 is medical equipment factor. The presence of a solution containing the minerals calcium and magnesium adhering to medical equipment can affect the effectiveness of the disinfectant by binding to the active substance of the disinfectant, and then type of exposure, and then the duration of contact between the disinfectant and the pathogenic microbes to be eliminated, disinfectant factor, and the last is the level of acidity of the disinfectant. Depends on the disinfectant that work optimally in an acidic or alkaline environment. And the next is disinfectant mechanism of action. Disinfectant solutions are very volatile, so that the ventilation of the rooms need attention. The dilution of the disinfectant must be according to the instruction, and each application must be made a new dilution. Disinfectants that have some sign of turbidity or deposition must be replaced with new ones. Avoid direct contact with disinfectant solution personally using gloves, and pay attention to hand care afterward. All surface of medical equipment to be disinfected must come into contact with the disinfectant, including any cracks or cavities in the medical equipment. The duration or length of the time for the disinfection process must be precise, so do not remove immersed medical equipment prematurely. And then the last material is I want to tell you how to make 1 liter of disinfectant. We need raw material such as sodium hypochlorite, 5.25%, 34.3 milliliters, and then perfume 10 milliliters, and then distilled water 995 milliliter. And the working procedure is prepare the tools and material needed, enter 34.3 milliliters of sodium hypochlorite into a bottle containing distilled water, then shake it. Add 10 milliliters of perfume, shake until homogeneous. Pack the disinfectant into a spray bottle. Okay, maybe that's all from me. I apologize if I have any mistake. Thank you for all of your attention. I return it to moderator.
Okay, thank you for Miss Anggi for your presentation. And maybe any question for presentation this from Miss Anggi?
Yeah, I want to ask.
Okay, sure.
Okay, what the impact if we use excessive disinfectant?
Okay, I will try to answer your question, Ms. Winda. Excessive use of disinfectant can kill bacteria. However, not only the bad bacteria die, the beneficial good bacteria also die. For example, with rotting bacteria which function to decompose existing waste. If the bacteria die, there is a concern that the waste will be difficult to decompose. Can you understand, Ms. Winda?
Yes, understand.
Okay, thank you, Miss Winda, for your question. Maybe any question?
Yes, I want any question. Are there any alternatives to make disinfectant besides sodium hypochlorite?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Nabila. I'll try to answer your question. Yes, of course. There is not only sodium hypochlorite making a disinfectant, can also take the advantage of the distilled white vinegar and essential oil. Can you understand?
Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nabila and Miss Anggi. Maybe I want to ask for the last question. Are antiseptics and disinfectants different? If different, what is the difference between antiseptics and disinfectants?
Okay, Miss Dia, thank you for your question, and I'll try to answer it. Yes, of course. Antiseptic and disinfectant are very different. There are so many differences, but the striking difference between the two is the target place of use. Like an antiseptic, which is basically used in the outer layer of the body. Meanwhile, disinfectant are used on the surface of object outside of the body. Can you understand?
Okay, thank you. I am understand, Miss Anggi.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Miss Anggi, for your presentation. And next presentation, Miss Felba. Okay, are you ready for presentation?
Yes, I'm ready. Uh, um, I'm Nurul Khairiyah Faultani. I'm president of Aromatherapy Candles. Aromatherapy candles not only can be used for the decoration alone or as a source of light, because behind their beautiful shape, there are many benefits that can be felt. As the name suggests, this candle is aromatherapy, which can provide a calming effect. Type of aromatherapy candles. The first, paraffin wax, is the first set scented wax, a type of paraffin wax. This type of candle is the most commonly used type of wax. Second, palm wax. Just like paraffin wax, palm wax is also an aromatherapy candle that does not have a strong aroma. This candle will give off a soft, waxy scent, as the main ingredient of this wax is palm oil. The last, lavender candle wax. Next there is the lavender candle wax type, which is how the most popular. The reason is not only can scan the room, the aroma produced can also discourage mosquito from coming. Mm. Manuel, before you choose this candle to provide a sense of calm and comfort, it's better to take a peek at the following types of aromatherapy candle, because it turns out aromatherapy candle have many. Next, benefit of aromatherapy candles. 1. Provide calming and comfortable effects. Next, can reduce stress and next can make sleep quality better. Next, can increase spirit and energy, and last can relieve pain. Uh, into and material. 1. Candles to taste. 2. Aromatherapy or essential oil to taste with your favorite aroma. 3. Candle container can be jars, cans, glasses, or small bowls. 4. Small wick rope. 5. Small pot and container heat resistant. The last, food coloring according to taste, are optional. Next, how to make aromatherapy candle. 1. Prepare a container for candles and place the wick in the center to keep the wick chopstick towards the candle holder. Second, slice the wax into thin strips, then place them in a heat-safe container. Next, heat the water in a saucepan, then wait for it to boil. Reduce the heat. Then place the container filled with wax in the boiling water. Stir until melted. Next, drop in food coloring until the color you want a place are optional, as it or not. After that, turn off the stove. Stir the wax to lower the temperature. Next, drop in some aromatherapy or essential oil and stir until dissolved. Usually it takes 10 drops of aromatherapy oil per 4,050 grams of wax to produce a good smell. And last, after the aromatherapy oil dissolves, pour the wax into the wax container that has been given a week. Wait for it to freeze. Mm, okay, the presentation finished. I'll return it to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Miss Felba, for your presentation. And any question, guys?
Yes, I want to ask to Miss Felba, how long can aromatherapy candles be stored for storage?
Okay, I want to answer the ask from Miss Anggi. So that the aromatherapy candle lasts the following step. 1. Light the candle for 1 to 2 hours when it is first lit. 2. Always cut the exhaust after us. 3. Don't leave the candle burning all night. 4. Do not place the candle in a place exposed to cold air directly. 5. Alight the wick after burn out. 6. Don't blow out the candle to put it out. And last, clean the glass. Your Miss Anggi understand?
Yes, I understand. Thank you, Miss Felba.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Miss Anggi and Miss Felba. Any question for presentation, Miss Felba?
Yes, I want to ask. Basically, is the ash of aromatherapy candle as a sleep and relaxation aid dangerous or not, and why? Thank you.
Okay, want to answer of us from Miss Nabila because he has a nice smell and a good smell is nice. So ten scents can also evoke memories and memories that also affect emotion. You understand, Miss Nabila?
Yes, I am understand. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and last question for Miss Felba. Can it be used in asthma?
Yeah, as I'm answer from us is yeah. For people with asthma, the smell of aromatherapy can also be minimized or avoided altogether, especially for long periods of time. Aromatherapy candles are made of certain chemicals that evaporate. Chemical particles flying around the room can clog the respiratory tract, according to a statement from the president of the American College of Allergy, Asthma and Immunology, Dr. Stanley Feynman. There are data that can prove that the lungs can experience change in function when the chemical in aromatherapy wax product hits this vital respiratory organ. Most people with asthma are very sensitive, and aromatherapy candle can be a trigger for irritation. Understand? Yeah. Yes, Dia.
Okay, thank you, Miss Felba, and I understand. Okay, thank you, Miss Felba, for your presentation. And the last presentation, Miss Nabila. Are you ready for presentation, Miss Nabila?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Hello, my name is Menanda Nabila Kitania. I want to presentation of how to make a dish soap. Dish soap is dishwashing is a clear, viscous liquid that functions to clean cutlery such as plates, glasses, spoons, or fork, and general kitchen utensils. Tools is a bucket, measuring teapot, tire, a funnel, and soap holder bottle. Next, ingredient, uh, e- email or texapon 200 gram, sodium sulfate 150 gram, citric acid half ounce, ETA of 10 gram, Cumberland of 50 ml, propylene glycol 10 ml, perfume and then 70 ml, and water 2 liter. Next, how to make this soap? 1. Enter and mix the email or texapon and add 100 ml of sodium sulfate in a bucket so that it is well mixed homogeneous. 2. Add water little by little to 50%. 3. Enter the component and stir gently so that it is evenly mixed. 4. Put the mixture and water 50%. 50. Enter the remaining 50 ml of sodium sulfate, then stir until blended. 6. Put the dye as much faster. 7. Put the propylene glycol and perfume first in another container, then mix the preferred ingredient and mix well. 8. Add ETA and the remaining water little by little, stirring slowly. 9. Let stand for about 12 hours. Or will be a sonification. This soap is ready to use. Next, the material function. Email is a producer of a lot of foam and good cleaning power and safe on the skin. Cumberland as a material that can increase foam, then has a high clean power, namely in cleaning fast, to range, coarse, can remove fishy odors, and I is an active ingredient in environmentally friendly soap. Propylene glycol as a preservative and binder in perfume so that the fragrance does not take to the laundry. Sodium sulfate and citric acid as a thickener and accelerate the removal of impurities will citric acid as a fat cleanser. Perfume and dyes. Perfume as fragrance. Will the as will dyes as product dyes. ETA as a preservative so that the product can last a long time and bind the color so that the color looks attractive. Okay, thank you. I'm return it to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Maybe any question for this presentation?
Yes, I'm question. Yes, over. What often cause failures when making liquid soap?
Okay, thank you for your unequivocal question, Miss Felba. I want to answer the question. Usually, the mistake that occurs
Yes.
when making liquid soap is in the method of stirring. When stirring, either using the manual method by hand or using the mixer must be in the same direction. Because if it is not in the same direction, the bottom dough will crystallize. Can you understand me, Felba?
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Miss Felba, for your question. And next question.
I want to ask. Okay, here you explain about making liquid soap. What are the advantage and deficiency of liquid soap itself?
Okay, thank you for your question, Miss Winda. I want to answer the question. Advantage 1. Many liquid soap contain higher level of moisture than bar soaps, so they don't dry out your skin. 2. In terms of packaging, liquid soap is usually put in the bottle so that it does break easily. 3. Liquid soap also has other advantages. Namely, liquid soap usually produces more foam than bar soap. Efficiency because of its easy as usually when you are pour too much soap it causes water. Can you understand, Miss Winda?
Yes, understand. Thank you.
Okay, we are welcome.
Okay, for the last question. Any question, guys?
Yes, I want to ask Miss Nabila, what is the meaning of saponification reaction?
Okay, thank you for your question, Miss Anggi. I want to answer the question. The saponification reaction is a fat or oil hydrolysis reaction using a strong base such as NaOH or KOH to produce glycerol and fatty acid soap or soap. To produce hard soap, NaOH is usually used for washing soap, while to produce soft soap, KOH, KOH is usually used as bed soap. Can you understand, Miss Anggi?
Okay, I understand. Thank you, Miss Nabila.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, guys. We have the last presentation, and I hope we will. I hope not any question again. Okay. Thank you very much for your great attention, ladies. Stay healthy everywhere. See you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wassalamualaikum
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.